story is so very long because Carol Katrue went on a whole Instagram live, and we even can't. I feel like I can't even sum up exactly what was going on. So we'll give you the general gist of what is going on. Now, Carol Katrue, in her stance, says she and Miracle Baby are done so. Okay, Miracle Baby, on the other hand, says watu wanakosana, and Turi is going to give you the exact quote because it's so funny. I don't feel like I'll give it justice of exactly what he said when he was asked what's going on in your camp. He had a very particular parable. Is it a parable ama ni msemo? Alitupa msemo na methali. Okay, so we're gonna get it. Turi is going to be explaining that bit of that conversation. But like Carol Katrue seems to be really going through it. Like I know we're laughing and it seems like one of those where when you're looking from the outside in, it's just like, girl, you're giving too much power to things that shouldn't be getting this much power or at least this much authority in your life, you know, if you're speaking from a Christian perspective. All right, here goes. Carol Katrue sits down in her car with her laptop at hand and her phone at hand because she's ready to give us the receipts. Na katikati yake anatuambia pew 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 pew. Okay, I am laughing, but it is not funny, right? She gets on Instagram, TikTok live, and she starts to tell us the story. She says, Miracle Baby, first of all, he's been a drunk. That was part of the reason why they broke up. She's like, this man kept drinking. She even showed us footage of him stupering on his way into the house, and she's just complaining and whinging, wearing a dera, as she's like, you can't be coming to my house drunk, okay? So apparently that was one of the major reasons why they broke up, according to her. But in addition to that, she says there's so many other small little, growing pains, including the fact that his family didn't like her that much. They didn't like her so much so that apparently they started going into witchcraft just to get rid of her. According to her, she says they say that she's of the witchcraft community, Aliroga Miracle Baby, so that they can be together. But at the same time, she thinks they're the ones who are consulting with the dark forces because she had an accident which, broke her side mirror, her tire was punctured. Like she had like a full-on accident, which she says she accredits to the witchcraft that has been thrown at her by his family. And even more specific, by his dad, because apparently when they found out that she was pregnant with Miracle Baby's child, they immediately went, no, that ain't our grandbaby. You need to figure out who the father of his child is, because it's not Miracle Baby. You need to figure it out. And apparently to the point where they said, you cannot name this child after me. Right? In traditions, Mila na desturi, you name the first child or one of the children, they're named after, family members. So usually it starts with the fathers and then you go to the mothers, depending on the gender of the child and so on and so forth. So katika hii Mila na desturi, babake akasema, that's not my grandbaby. You were not to name this child after me. And because of the fact that she still went ahead and named the baby after him, so many issues started forming. One, she was in hospital 6 months before, 6 months of pregnancy, she's in hospital, false labor every couple of days. So she's stuck in hospital every 2 seconds because of false labor pains, right? Number two, when the baby was eventually given birth to, they could not breathe. They were in NICU, they're in an oxygen tank, they're, being fed oxygen because they can't breathe for themselves. And apparently the convulsions started as well. So the baby was convulsing, and she attributed this to the fact that the father stroke the family of Miracle Baby cursed her, or at least went to witches and witch doctors to cause all of these things to happen. In addition to that, there are other many isolated incidences that she kept bringing up, citing witchcraft upon her by Miracle Baby's father or Miracle Baby's family. But even more convincingly, she did say that Miracle Baby was also a bit of an a-hole to her, because after he came out from surgery and, she'd been helping out with like going on Instagram lives, trying to get contributions, getting people to come from all walks of life. We saw a few members of parliament and a few, people within the political group that came through trying to help. We even remember Anitangwaje, light-skinned, skinny, wants to be a politician. What's his name?
KRG?
Yes, KRG the Don. he also came through and he said that, you know, he wanted to help, and he came in with a whole lot of PR, a whole lot of news anchors. There's a lot. So a lot of people did try and assist financially, but apparently at one point or another, after he'd gotten a lot better, he said, "Ata mi naeza jichangishia, okay? Ata mi naeza jichangishia." So I'm just like, okay, if this man was being this vile to you, at some point she said he even beat her up. She said she went to police station. I'm like, there's a lot going on. So my question will always remain, why are you fighting for this person? Like, why are you fighting for this relationship? If it is this doggone awful, why are you fighting for it? Like, do better for yourself, for your mental health. You can't be coming online, going on live for hours on end, crying about your man who treating you like dog poop, and the family treating you like crap, and then you're like, oh yeah, you know, girl, do better. Anyway, love, duvets, you know, watu wawili, wachana tu nao. Because at some point, something will. Long story short, I feel really bad for her. She's really going through it, clearly. I feel really bad for her. Miracle Baby seems to be, again, on a different wavelength. I think they need to just have a communication, have a conversation, because it is looking real messy from where we're sitting, and it doesn't seem to have any resolve unless the two of you actually sit down and have a chat.
And while Katrue is crashing out on TikTok, Miracle Baby does an interview and he's asked about the situation and says, "Oh no, we're still together." You know, it's the analogy was viazi zikiwa kwa gunia moja lazima zigongane, and I'm just like, hold up.
All right.
Your girl is crashing out on TikTok live and you're over here being a comedian. How dare you? And also the fact that he also went on TikTok live to start crying and ask God why, God, what is life? And I'm just like, what do you want us to do? Like, and I don't know about the dynamics of their relationship, but sometimes it feels like there are couples who do not know how to thrive in an environment that is not chaotic. They don't know how to thrive in a peaceful, positive environment. You know, like where there's no drama, we're just chill, we just love each other, we're just taking care of our family. They just don't know how to deal with that kind of situation because it's always something with them. If it's not the hospital, it's him and he was drunk. Do you remember the time where she had to come and ask for intervention because he was still abusing alcohol, the same alcohol that got him into the same health condition that he was in, and it was so difficult for him to recover because he would still be on that alcohol bandwagon. Katrue, there are people who don't want to be saved. Not everybody wants to be saved. Not everybody is on the same wavelength as you. Some people just want to be, you know, live their life, do what they want to do. And, you know, it's frustrating when your partner is not, you know, living according to the script that is in your head. You have the way you've pangered. And then they're not following the script. And you get frustrated. And you forget that they have their whole life. Again, people are so self-aware. So as he's doing all of these things, as he's frustrating you and you're feeling some type of way, as you are doing the things you do to him and for him, the way you're aware is the same way he is aware. Like everybody knows what they're doing. So stop. Pause and think about it like that. It's painful to think that somebody is intentionally, you know, frustrating you like this. You even have to come to the internet to cry about it. But it is what it is. Choose your battles. Ooh, girl. But that was a fire mix. That was a fire mix. I loved it. Story hapa. Cue the Kikuyu music, Mugithi music.